In this video, we're going to look at how to delete a field from your project database. I highly recommend backing up your project database before doing this. The first thing we should do is look at the input application to see what field we want to delete. So I'm going to open up the project and input. The program remembered the last project I was in. If this is not the one I want, I would just click on File, Open Project, and select the one I want. I'll navigate to the table where I want to delete a field, and the field is called Drilled By, the same one that we added in a different video. So I'd like to delete that field, but just in case, and I'm deleting it from the actual project, meaning anything I delete, deleting a field will delete any data that was in the field. So best thing is to back up the project first. One way to back up your project is to click on Tools, Copy Project, and then check the box for Do Not Open, Copy Only. Click on the Launch button to the right, and we'll call this Backup as one way to back up, or you could just create a zip file for that backup. So now I'm still in the original. I could work with the copy instead of the original. It really is a matter of preference. And although you can add fields from input, and I showed you that in a previous video, you cannot delete fields from input. Deleting is more dangerous, and the makers of gINT did not want that to be on the front and easy to access for data entry people. So for that, you have to go to Data Design. So I'm going to click on Data Design, and in Data Design there's several sub-applications. The one that we want is the first one, called Project Database. By the way, if you do not have a Data Design tab, if you're missing a lot of the tabs, probably your gINT administrator has put certain gINT rules in place to give individuals permissions for certain parts of the program. So if you don't have access to it, then you cannot do this. Once we're in Project Database, we can click on File, Open File, and Current Project. Current Project is simply the last project we were in. Or we can click on this button, Open File, Current Project. Saves one mouse click. Here's where you do all of your hardcore data design work in gINT, of the project I should say. This yellow object selector means different things in different gINT applications. Here it's a list of your tables. So if you pick any given table here, then below you see a list of the fields. You have access to all the properties of the fields by clicking on each field. And you can also access the table properties, which we're not going to get into right now. I want to go to the point table, which is actually captioned to say borehole. So that's the table we see in when we're in the input application. We see it's called borehole. Really it's called point, but it's captioned as borehole. The field I'd like to delete is called Drilled By. Again, remember, when you delete a field, you're deleting all the data associated with that field in that project. So there's danger involved if you're not having a backup. And click on the field you want to delete. Click on the delete button below the list of fields. gINT is going to warn you that you cannot restore after deleting this. If you're sure you want to do it, click OK, and you're done. If you go back to the input application now, and you'll see that the field is gone. So deleting a field is simple. I don't recommend really playing with that with real projects. Perhaps you want to play with the deleting and creating in a project for that you create for practicing, unless you really know what you're doing.